Anime I feel like doesn't have a fandom, part 1. First up is Love Rice. This is an idol anime where they are personified plots of grains. Yes. So, like, all these boys right here, they're rice, and they love rice, and they want to represent their school of rice, and, like, they have an idol contest every year, and Wheat has been fucking killing it, and they hate that. Is it kind of a generic idol anime? Yes, but I love it. I feel like there's just a lot of weirdness in this series, and that's something I really gravitate to, if you can't notice. Which, by the way, if y'all ever feel like getting into this, which you should, it is damn near impossible to Google it, because, just typing in Love Rice or Love Kome, that's the name of the Japanese title, it's still impossible because it will just show you a ton of rice or a t-shirt that says I love rice or whatever, and I'm like, no, I want to see more about my rice babies. Next up, so this is 2 anime, but I'm gonna put them together because they're like kind of in the same category. Roommate and Makura no Danshi. Roommate is about like this girl that moves into like a hotel? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. But she moves into this building and she has 3 roommates. This is the business asshole one. This is the actor one. He's my favorite. And this is the rock climbing one. Anyway, so actually the gimmick of this is it's a first-person anime. So, like, you're supposed to be the girl that moves in and talks to these guys and dates them or whatever. And that sounds like a really weird concept, right? But I absolutely adore it. Which moves me into Makura no Danshi, or Pillow Boys, as the English title is. Every episode, you meet a different dude, and you, like, kind of hang out with them for, like, a tiny bit before you go to sleep. You're supposed to watch this before you go to sleep, and, like, sometimes they'll talk all soothing to you and stuff, or they'll be like, "Here, puppy-chan, let me play some violin for you." This one has a lot more characters than the other one, but it's a lot shorter. I think it's been a while since. I think these episodes were like 3 minutes long. And for some of them, the twins episode and this episode, we do not talk about these episodes. They deserve not to exist, but like if you ignore them, the other episodes are pretty good. My personal favorite, like, okay, I'm not into dudes, so this might be like a strange choice. I like this dude. He was pretty nice. He was like your coworker, and you were taking a taxi after getting drunk, and I don't know, he was nice. He seemed like a normal dude. Like, this dude's kind of boring. He's kind of boring. He's, "Puppy-chan, let me play you some violin." I barely remember this dude. This dude is crazy. Oh yeah, he's a librarian. I was thinking like he was a flower shop owner for some reason. He also is kind of there. These 2 are supposed to be like your classmates. I barely remember what they did. And this one is a food stall owner. Also highly recommend him. He's great. My guess for why these don't really have these first-person anime, which One Room also fall into this, but it kind of breaks the whole one person's perspective thing and will just break up the show to be like, hey, do you want to look at this girl's ass? Like, you know? My guess for why the first-person anime thing didn't take off is, well, okay. So, if you want to date the characters, you probably play a dating sim. If you just want to watch a show with a story, you probably watch an anime, right? Plus, it'd kind of be like Dora, where there'd be these long, awkward pauses after they ask you a question. So they'd be like, "Which movie do you want to go see?" Yeah, that sounds great. Like, that would literally be, like, half of the dialogue of this show. And also, it would also break the first-person perspective. Mainly this one would, and One Room, as I said. Makura no Danshi would more specifically stick to the first-person thing, which is important in a first-person anime. The plots of these are not, like, amazing, but if you need a new, like, dating show, or if you want something awkward to watch with your friends on a Friday night while you're drunk, highly recommend. Again, except for these and this episode, don't watch these 2 episodes. I'm just saying, I'm just suggesting, you can do whatever you want, but don't. Next is Jingai-San no Yome. So this is about a normal high school dude who basically becomes owned by this random guy. This random fucking monster just shows up and it says, yep, I want to marry this high school boy. And everybody's cool with that. And the whole anime is about, like, him learning to love the thing. And also, there's other monsters. Like, there's one where it was, like, 2 harpy girls and 1 dude. And then there was one where it was, like, a mummy dude and the human wanted to date him first. And there was, like, a little pig-looking thing. I don't know. It was weird, and I have a love-hate relationship with this. Because on one hand, the OP is amazing, and I couldn't stop watching. But again, you can't just walk into a high school and steal someone! My guess for why this doesn't have a fan base, well, at least from what I could tell, is both because, like, it never got, like, an English adaptation. Like, there isn't even an English title, let alone, like, you know, an English whatever. Which also, I think it's because he fucking stole a high school boy out of his high school and said, I'm marrying you now? But, like, it's weirdly wholesome. Like, after that, like how do I say this without sounding insane and also, like, there's something wrong with me? Which is y'all's favorite? Which one would you watch? And which are you about to lie to me and tell me you've already seen? Which is a lie! I know you haven't seen Love Rice! You would have loved it!